Do you know what is the name of this bone?
Humerus.
Humerus. It is long tubular bone, and like all tubular bones, humerus has diaphysis, that is body, and two epiphyses. This epiphysis is proximal, and this one is distal. Prostal epiphysis has head, caput humeri, and two necks, that is anatomical neck, knee of head, and surgical neck, it is column anatomicum and column chirurgicum. The same heat is, we can see two tubercles, greater and lesser. Tuberculum major, that is a major, and tuberculum minor. From greater tubercle start crest crista tuberculi majoris, and from lesser tubercle crista tuberculi minoris. And space between them, that is a groove, sulcus intertubercularis, between tubercles, intertubercularis. Next, diaphysis of humerus has tuberositas, that is place of attachment of deltoid muscle. That is why it is tuberositas deltoidea. And posteriorly, humerus has wide groove, that is groove where radial nerve pass. That is why name of this groove sulcus nervi radialis. Sulcus nervi radialis. Distal end has condyle, that is condyle condylus humeri, and this condyle subdivides into trochlea and capitulum humeri. Trochlea and capitulum humeri. Above of condyle, we have two epicondyles. This one is medial epicondyle, epicondylus medialis, and lateral, epicondylus lateralis. Above of trochlea humeri, we have fossa coronoidea, because coronoid process of ulna attach into this fossa. That is coronoid process. It goes in time of flexion in elbow joint. It is insert into this fossa. And above of capitulum humeri, we have fossa radialis, because head of radius insert into this fossa. And on posterior surface, we have fossa olecrani, because olecranon of ulna insert into this fossa. And last moment, it is groove of the ulnar nerve. It is behind of medial epicondyle, sulcus nervi ulnaris. Sulcus nervi ulnaris. How to identify? Is it right or left humerus? Fossa olecrani should look posteriorly, backward, and head of the humerus looks medially. That is right humerus, and it is left one. Fossa olecrani and head looks medially. Right and left humerus. Clear?
Yeah. Yes.
Next. Bones of forearm consist of two. They are ulna and radius. Ulna and radius. Ulna and radius. That is left. They are left. Both of them are left ulna and left radius. And that is correct position. Ulna is medially and radius is laterally in forearm. And I hope that these two bones right. That is two right bones. That is correct position. It is radius and ulna on the right side. That is correct. Proximal end has two processes, olecranon and coronoid process. And space between them, that is incisura trochlearis, because it's around trochlea humeri. That is incisura trochlearis. Another notch is radial notch, incisura radialis, because head of the radius insert here, incisura radialis. Tuberositas ulnaris hiatus, that is, this surface is facies anterior, facies posterior, and facies medialis. And this sharp border, that is margo interossa, it looks to direction of radius. Distal end has head of the ulna caput ulna. Heat is broken, and heat is the same. Should be small process. It has name stylate process, processus styloidus. And this articular surface on the border of head has name circumference articularis. How to identify, is it right or left? This notch in caesura trachearis looks forward, and in caesura radialis looks laterally, because radius is laterally from ulna. That is right bone. And you can see heat is left, because in caesura trachearis forward, and this notch in caesura radialis laterally. Left and right ulna. Radius. Proximal epiphysis has head of the radius, caput radii. It also has circumference articularis, neck of the radius, column radii, tuberositas radii, anterior, posterior, and lateral surfaces. Distal end has articular surface which attach to bones of carpus. That is why facies articularis carpa. Heat is stylate process, processus styloidus, and in caesura ulnaris, notch where ulna attach. In caesura ulnaris looks medially, and this tuberositas should look forward. That is right radius in caesura ulnaris medially, and tuberositas looks forward. Heat is left radius, tuberositas forward, and in caesura ulnaris medially. That is right radius, and heat is left radius. Clear? And now bones of the head. All of these bones subdivides into bones of carpus. Here it is metacarpus and phalanges. Phalanges digitorum manus. Manus, that is hand. Phalanges digitorum manus. Bones of carpus, they are H bones. All of them are short spongy bones, and they makes two rows, proximal row and distal row. 4 bones in proximal and 4 bones in distal. And we start to count bones from the big toe, from thumb to direction to little finger. First bone, that is os scaphoidum. Second, lunate bone, half moon surface, os lunatum. Third bone is triquetrum, and fourth is absent, should be pisiform bone. In distal row, first bone, that is os trapezium, next trapezoidum, next capitatum with a large head, caput, that is head, capitatum, that is bone with a large head, and last bone, os hamatum, it's look like fish hook. It is not necessary to identify is it right or left, but you need to recognize these bones in not only together with all another bones, but separately. For example, that is scaphoid bone. It looks like small spoon, yes? That is tubical tuberculum ossis scaphoidae, and you can eat soup with the help of this bone, or scaphoid bone. Next bone is half moon, os lunatum. Yes, it has half moon articular surface, os lunatum, lunate bone. Next, that is triquetrum, has triangular shape with 3 flat surfaces, and you can put it at the base and it stay. That is triquetrum. And last and smallest bone, that is pisiform, os pisiforme, that is 4th bone in proximal row. In distal row, first bone, that is os trapezium. This bone has deep groove and tubical tuberculum ossis trapezii. Next, trapezoid, os trapezoidum. It's smaller than trapezium bone, smaller than this one, but shape is almost the same except tubical and groove. There is no tubical like here, like this tubical. Clear it is?
Yes.
That is why its shape, the shape of this bone is almost like Ostrapezium, but it is smaller. Ostrapezoidum. This bone with a large head, that is os capitatum, and bone which look like fish hook, that is os hammatum, hamate bone, and this hook is hamulus ossis hammati, hamulus, hook of hamate bone, hamulus ossis hammati. They are bones of carpus. These bones are bones of metacarpus and phalanges. Metacarpal and phalanges, they are short tubular bones, and they are monoepiphyseal bone because they has one true epiphysis, that is proximal epiphysis. It has name base, basis ossis metacarpalis, and it is head of metacarpal bone, but head it is false epiphysis. There is no point of ossification here. Only at the base we have point of ossification. That is why it is monoepiphyseal bone. And phalanges, usually we have three phalanges: proximal, middle, and distal. Only first finger, only thumb has two phalanges: proximal and distal. It is absent middle phalanx. Distal phalanx has tuberositas phalangis distalis, that is tuberositas phalangis distalis. That is all. Any questions?